So KG and O-Town will be
sorry,
in.
we're not on air now. We are.
Oh, Plowsy! Oh!
Well, I recorded a spot with. It's my bad. I recorded a spot with Doug, so I had to take it off a bypass. We needed to have Brown and Crouppen spots when you're gone.
Yeah.
And was not on air.
Okay.
And I apologize.
No problem.
Well, they're not happy.
Well, that's
Jeff
fine.
Rothman.
I deserve it. Just bring the hate early, please. Just get it out of the way in the next 2 minutes so we can just move on with our lives.
All right, I'll read it. I'll read it.
What are they saying?
Order.
I saw the hello, and then I got off, and then...
Plowsy. That's from Gary Pinkel's cell phone etiquette. Hello, London. Signs Smitty. That's from Gabe from the Cube Farm.
Gotcha.
Fellas, that's from Sweet Sweet Kai. Steven Time says we can't hear anyone talking. Hello, nurse.
But 2 minutes feels like 10 minutes. Like it was like a minute and a half, but that probably feels like 10 minutes for listeners, which I understand.
Iggy is accurate.
Jesus.
Our boy Pavel has 23 goals. Connor McDavid, 21.
Yeah.
There you go, Doug. Who'd you rather have?
I picked McDavid first overall in fantasy hockey draft, and I sit in like 10th place because of it. He's not had the year he had last year.
Hold him accountable.
You had 60-some-odd last year, and this year you're behind Bruce Navich in goals scored. Pick it up, McDavid. Pick it up. I expect more than that from a first overall pick. First, you're hurt for a while, you're lollygagging, then you come back, and you cannot put the orb in the onion bag. I'm tired of it.
I wonder how many number ones Billy Joel's had, Doug. What do you think? Over under 15 and a half.
Yeah, I was going to say 15, but since
number
you
one hits,
I'll say 16.
I'm going to say under that. Number one hits.
Let's see, we got somebody just weed
because he had a lot of his early stuff. I think was his best music.
The Beatles have the most in history with 20. I have not been able to.
I have.
What do you got?
So this is according to Billboard.
Elton John would have been up there with.
Billboard Hot 100, he has 3 number 1 hits.
Wow.
Is that right?
Yeah.
What were they?
They were, It's Still Rock and Roll to Me.
1980, Doug?
I don't know the years, Tim.
Uptown Girl.
We Didn't Start the Fire.
Wow.
Only the Good Die Young.
And Tell Her About It.
Oh.
Wow.
And it's number 1 based on what criteria?
This is Billboard. This is like all they do.
So what's the criteria?
Number of sales.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's changed now.
Now it's downloads, but...
Yeah, it's weird now.
Caleb Mandrake, stepdad, says he's calling in and he's not happy that no one's answering.
Okay.
I don't think
hell with him!
I don't think he's calling in.
I only have the 2 hands, you know.
Well, what are you doing with the other one?
I'm looking up Billy Joel's damn
gosh,
Billboard
don't
list.
curse at us.
And there was definite pegging involved.
So you didn't see it happen, right?
I did not see it happen, Iggy, but it is true. Oh. It's confirmed by the girlfriend at the time as well.
Okay.
Well, what's the story?
Okay. Doug, take it easy. God.
Don't tell Doug Vaughn to take it easy.
Clip that off.
So this was years ago. The pegging people who are involved in the situation are currently married now. They have a child as well. So no names will be given. But these people got involved in college, started dating, and then broke up post-college, and then went their separate ways. Then my buddy got romantically involved with the girl, and that's when the girl told all the details of said pegging.
Mm.
Yes, many, I guess you would say utensils, Doug? Is that what you would use? Or
No, I wouldn't use anything.
That's correct, utensils.
Okay, many utensils. And also the big kicker, and I'm sure Iggy will really like this. I'm laughing right now thinking about it. But the girlfriend had to dress up in Doug Vaughn attire, khakis, a button-down shirt.
Oh, baloney.
I kid you not.
Baloney!
Why would
I swear.
like that?
What was that?
Why would I like that?
I don't know.
I don't ever picture Doug Vaughn getting pegged.
Thank you, Iggy.
I think we all would.
Oh, okay.
And
That's enough.
How long ago was this?
How long was the relationship?
No,
how long ago?
How long ago was the pegging?
Oh, God, Iggy, probably about 10 years ago.
And they were still thinking about Doug and his khakis back then, huh?
Well, not necessarily Doug, but the Doug attire. But she definitely had to wear a pair of khaki pants and a button-down shirt of his whilst mounting.
Mm.
I don't buy any of it.
Well,
Iggy, it's true. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
Thank you, Caleb.
Caleb.
Like there's Caleb Mandrake's stepdad,
Okay.
not being met with great reviews
Yeah,
from
not a lot of information there. Just
this smug dildo is terrible. Andy's a liar. Jump into a vat of battery acid.
Oh.
Some DJ Jazzy Jeff Albert Pools. Cut this fake caller off now. That's from the 314. Try harder. That's from the Total Package. This bit sucks. That's from Colts writer Brian Hengen. This is almost as dumb as any Iggy story. That's from Snagglepuss. Caleb, how about you take your uncle to your stepdad's basement and have him squirt mud on your chest? That's so vivid.
Gosh.
That's from Scissor Meat Timbers.
And don't use the verb squirt.
So, like, outside of, like, the major, do PGA golfers actually play golf? These last 3 events are just awful.
Cam Champ's last 5 events have been awful because he's been cut from 4 of those 5.
Oh.
I just don't. God, talk trash about Liv all you want, but at least they play their 54-hole rounds. I think got more time off than I've ever seen.
Rory's playing this week.
Oh, cool. He actually is?
Yeah.
I think Cam Champ made the cut last week, didn't he?
He did, but he missed the previous 4.
It's Iggy's turn. We'll have some long-winded explanation of hitting fairways and making putts.
Mark Hanna's in studios, and shaved his beard. A lot of talk about it. Jackson, are you mad at Mark Hanna for shaving his beard?
Yeah. What are we doing?
Interesting. Okay, you're at least consistent.
Yeah. If you can grow a beard, you should.
Hold on, let me make a note. Get Jackson's permission before applying the lather.
Oh.
Basically, any grooming thing I should be at least talked to.
But you can't grow a beard yourself, Jackson?
I can. It's just the colors are weird. It's like white on my face and red on my neck.
Can I sponsor that?
Oh.
What about that, Jackson? You can grow a beard for Keish.
I mean, we can try. It's not going to look good. It took me like 2 weeks to grow a mustache to a point where you could like make it out from 10 feet away. So.
I think I'm getting aroused.
It's a long-term investment.
I'm not.
I am too. It's great when 4 guys get in a small room and get aroused together. It's my kind of scene.
I got the same thing happening.
You're aroused.
Had I never shaved my upper lip, I still wouldn't have a mustache.
Is that right?
No.
Plowhawk, how quickly could you? Because you got your mustache going right now.
I could do a beard in about 2 weeks. For one, yeah.
Look at you.
Yeah, but I just choose the mustache, sometimes the goatee. It's too itchy on the neck. Maybe because I'm not used
Well, I
to it.
trim the
But
neck, but then this grows. I'll probably shave this again. Well, now that Mark's shaved.
I get irritated with it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a ninny.
Yeah.
So I get irritated. Oh, I can feel the whiskers. So I just get rid of it.
Yeah, I could grow like one hell of a neck beard. But,
That's hot.
yeah, but I didn't go to Vianney.
Test the, now that's the Peach Fuzz mustache. Test the loyalty of your new love interest by just growing a neck beard and see how long she stays. And if she stays, you know you got to keep her. It's like Chaz Palminteri in Bronx Tale.
Yeah. We've talked. The clean shaven's the way to go.
Is that right?
Yeah.
All right.
You're a clean-shaven boy?
Oh, yeah.
You're having a big day with drops.
You got any hair on your back, Jackson?
No, lucky to avoid most body hair.
That's
I got like a little South City backyard of chest hair.
Now, what does that mean
don't
right
say
there?
that.
That was very condescending.
Well,
Mark,
like-
I mean, I know you're South County, not South City, but you still have to take offense to that, don't you?
Well, a lot of the
I support it.
a lot of the backyards in South City are perfect squares or perfect rectangles, and that's kind of
Well,
what
we
I
can't
have.
afford a bunch of property.
Well,
Sorry. We didn't grow up on the acreage you did.
It's not a reflection of
This is the
the
blue
affluence.
talk.
It's
It
just
is.
the geometry of the backyards are usually quite square.
So your back is square?
No, I don't have any back or shoulder hair, brother.
He was talking about his chest hair.
Yeah.
He's got a landing strip on his chest?
He does.
It's more, yeah, I guess you could say that.
Well, what lands there?
Well, don't act coy.
Oh,
Soppings.
Yeah. Gentlemen's.
all right.
Is Jeremy Rutherford on the line?
Yes, he's been listening to this.
no.
You got to be listening and learning. Morning, JR. You're sponsored by Mark Hanna of Evergreen Wealth Strategies.
Oh, just listening and learning. Hey, Mark.
That might be it. JR, before we let you go, by the way, I wanted to get your perspective on where things sit with Drew Bannister. What do you think's going on there?
Yeah, actually, I've thought about that here in the last 24 hours. It's a situation where, I think that he's done a lot with what he's been given. I think that his ability to hold players accountable, like he's done with Buchnevich, Kyrie Thomas, has been, I think, very good to see. Fans like to see that stuff. Whoever is the full-time coach, you want to see that from that guy. I just look at the lack of success here down the stretch. And I wonder if Doug Armstrong is thinking to himself, we can hire this guy. He can probably do a pretty good job, but the unknown of, are we going to be hiring a new coach in 2 years? Because we just don't know with this person. Doug Armstrong cannot put himself in a position to be doing that in 2 years. He can't. So I think he's got to be 100% sure. And I think in order to be 100% sure, you probably have to go with somebody who has experience. And I say that with all the respect in the world, for Drew Bannister, getting to know him a little bit, knowing what he's about, what he's trying to accomplish, and what he can do with this team. I just wonder if Doug Armstrong knows, okay, if I want to turn this thing around and I want to leave on a good note, Tim, he's talked about that. I want to leave in a better position than when I got here with this franchise. I just feel like he's going to if he's going to think to himself, he's got to bring in a guy with a lot of NHL experience. We've seen that trend with some teams this year, and they've turned things around, and I feel like Doug Armstrong might be leaning towards that way. That's based on nothing. He doesn't tell anybody what he's thinking. I'm just looking at the situation and saying, okay, if Drew Bannister rallied this team in the playoffs and they won a round, I think he's got a pretty good shot. But I think in the case that they're in right now, Doug Armstrong's probably going to opt for probably something bigger where he knows there's a little bit of a situation where he can count on the guy moving forward.
Well, what's going on with this couple getting married in a gas station men's bathroom also has people concerned. Take a listen, Dave.
Oh, gosh. Hit the lever, please, Plowsy.
All right, I didn't know if we were
We
going
have
to
audio of that? It was broadcast?
I didn't know if we were going to get to it or not.
It's one of your favorites.
It's a rest stop, a gas station, and now a wedding venue. Yeah, a local couple. They tied the knot last week at a northern Kentucky hop shop. Brenda Ordonez spoke to the newlyweds. She is live from the spot where they said, I do. We could only guess where you are.
Well, Trisha, Megan, I'm in the men's bathroom at the Verona Hop Shops, and it was here between these bathroom stalls that Logan and Tiana Abney promised each other forever. Now, you may be thinking there's a couple more romantic spots than this, but for this unconventional couple, this spot was perfect.
I wanted something a little different. Didn't want to just get married in a typical chapel or, go to the church. I wanted something fun to tell my kids, something funny, a good experience.
And that's when Hop Shop's employee Tiana Abney had a crazy idea.
She was like, at the hop shop, and I'm like, well, I don't seem too bad. And she's like, the bathroom. And I'm like, well, that's kind of cool, too.
Now, this is no ordinary bathroom. In fact, it recently gained popularity for its disco-centric scene.
They got a button in every hop shop. You push it, the disco lights come on, and music plays.
This feature was enough for groom Logan Abney to get on board.
I always was heard it don't matter where you get married at, it's just the person you're with.
So, surrounded by family, friends, coworkers, and even customers, 23-year-old Tiana walked down the slushy aisle on Valentine's Day.
Just seeing her in her wedding dress, she looked beautiful. It was just an emotional day.
I was a nervous wreck. I don't know why, because I knew we were going to get married. I guess I just thought something was going to go wrong.
But nothing did go wrong in that small gray restroom.
Wow.
It's the live shot you hope you never have to do. I'm reporting live from the men's room at a gas station.
What about that 270 overpass during a winter storm?
Yeah, that'd be even worse. You'd be outside.
How about the guy's syntax when he said, it doesn't matter?
I didn't like that. You suppose there was anyone in there using the restroom while this was going on?
What about when she was doing the live report? I mean,
yeah, it's tough.
God bless Chaser. Most inspirational man I have ever heard. Now to the stupid email I wrote yesterday. Tim looked exceptionally handsome today. His flawless facial features reminded me that perfection is possible.
That's emailed up.
Aaron Neville, not so much. Most people think that big old growth on his forehead is a birthmark. It's actually a prominent vein. But this email is about the weather. My bird feeder had a ton of activity this AM. That tells me it finna be windy. The animals are getting ready to hunker down. And I've always been fascinated with animals. Ever since that time I went to Noah's Ark and Safe Charles. First time I ever heard a man smoke another man's sausage.
No.
Uncle Skip's drinking buddy Tony's cousin Kippy was in town. Kind of a doofus, big old Fred Flintstone head and feet. But had a serious game, a simple plan. Go after the ugliest guy in the crowd because they have low self-esteem and they will do anything to sexually satisfy you. Lo and behold, there was Kippy making out with the dishwasher, a real uggo. took him up to Tony's conversion van. No windows meant no audience, and no cries for help could be heard. Or so he thought. Tony had some lawn chairs, so we all sat in the parking lot listening to those squishy noises. Then muffled sounds of a cry for help. Later, Kippy popped out with a smile on his face, then dropped some knowledge. You miss 100% of the money shots you don't take. And then the guy came out with his hideous face drenched with Kippy's yabba gabba goo.
Oh.
First name's Philip, and then his last name is Hisbit.
Philip, he speak. He speak.